This video, and therefore the £500 giveaway, is sponsored by Squarespace. If you're interested in a website, go to Squarespace/Johnson. It's 6 in the morning and we're off to Embleton, home of Dunstanburgh. So we'll see you there, hopefully on the beach, hopefully at golden hour, or even better, blue hour. A stunning vista of Dunstanburgh Castle in the background, and today I'm just after something a little bit different, or the same as the case may be. What I'm after is water and a reflection shot with these beautiful waves that are crashing. As those waves come back into the sea, they leave a lovely trail behind them. We've got a couple of photographers in the distance, and that's why I'm hanging back, because I don't want to ruin their shot. Now, as we all know, when we're courteous photographers, what we do is we don't stand in the way of people's shots. All I'm going to say is I was here first, and that's all I'm going to say. We've got the 24mm prime on the front, and we're shooting at f10. If you want to get a nice exposure and you haven't got a histogram that's on live view, if you just spot me to the sky and then go 2 stops overexposed and take your shot, you'll get a nicely exposed image. But guys, that's what we would call, I suppose, a perfect exposure, but not necessarily a creative exposure. So what I'm wanting is I'm wanting a dark sand, almost black, with a silhouette of the castle in the background, and then these waves crashing at the front. So I'm going to get more into the sea. Always got the risk of wet feet. And we recompose. And there we go, we're out again. We got wet feet. The sun is now breaking over the horizon. We're getting a lovely reflection over the water itself. And I'm keeping everything dark in the foreground because my area of interest is that water and the sun with the happenstance of the castle in the background. Just waiting for that water to ease back. Comes forward now, eases back, click your shutter. Walking back to the car, I couldn't resist one last shot. I put the telephoto lens on the front. We're only shooting 100mm, and the reason that I've come to get this shot is these lovely ripples, and the sky is now somewhat interesting. We're silhouetting Dunstanburgh Castle in the background, and we set our composition up at 100mm f10 simple shot, 500th of a second. This is it, simple, simples.
And the next morning I ventured down the coast within spitting distance of the beautiful fishing village of Craster, just north of Howick Bay. The aim was to capture a blue hour shot and also take advantage of the promised interesting sunrise. Not everything goes to plan.
So what a beautiful location Howick is. We've set up looking directly down the rock formation here. And the rock formation has a rock pool right in the middle of it, and because we're shooting at 13 seconds at f8 ISO 100, that rock pool is perfectly still, and the only thing that I've got on the front for this blue hour shot is the polarizer. Polarizer's on just to take some of the glare out of this rock pool, and it is a huge rock pool. It'll actually start to become tidal in a minute. Blue hour is a gorgeous time of the morning or the evening, just before sunrise, just after sunset, and just before that sun starts to dominate the sky with its golden glow. But there's enough light to light up the sky. You get that lovely blue tinge to the shot. It's almost ethereal. So the forecast was the chance of a good sunrise today, chaps and chapesses, but I am not holding out my breath. It could all change in a single instance. Just in case we get something awesome, I'm going to go and set up a little bit of a different composition. He says it just depends where it kicks off, if it does. We've got high cirrus clouds, and high cirrus clouds normally mean they'll light up. It could actually go and be awesome, this. I don't know where to go. I don't know where to go. So I've searched for a composition for this sunrise that's not going to happen. We've got some colour in the sky, but we're a couple of minutes away from sunrise and it's not kicking off. But what I've done to hedge my bets is I made sure that I've got a really strong dominant foreground, and what we have here is some rocks that head out into the sea, obviously, but they're all different colours. So in my immediate foreground I've got a really nice white stroke yellow lichen encrusted rock, and then we go down into the black rocks in the front, and then we get light again, and that's leading us into the shot. If we're not going to get anything out of this sky, then we can get creative. So he said that sunrise wasn't happening today, and we were right, but 6 stops on, and we've got a 30-second exposure at f16. 30-second exposure means cover up your viewfinder if you're using a traditional DSLR. If you're using an EVF, you don't need to bother, obviously. Sorry if I try and teach grandma to suck eggs. I know a lot of you know this, but a lot of people do watch you, haven't got a clue what I'm talking about, and are just learning the craft. So I try and cater for everybody, I hope. And that's the 30-second exposure cooking. 6 stop, polarizers on. So you're shooting at actually 7.5 maybe stops. Exactly the same composition that we set up for the sunrise. That didn't happen. So that's been in the oven for 30 seconds. It's cooked. And looking at the conditions and the fact that the sun hasn't come out, this is going to be the best that we can hope for with the light. not necessarily the composition, but with the light. But as we came for a blue hour shot, I'm happy that we got that shot because that's what I really came for. But my weather app let me down today because it said chance of an interesting sky, and there was a chance of an interesting sky. The only thing that snuffed it out is there's a cloud layer on the horizon. It's beautiful. The light's going to be good today. Thanks once again to Squarespace for sponsoring the content of this video. Squarespace is an all-in-one platform that allows you to design and publish your own website. If this is something that you're interested in, why not go to www.squarespace.com/Johnson for a free trial. You've got nothing to lose, and if you actually like the platform and wish to sign up, you'll get a 10% discount.